gyal a show too.
Good night. Welcome to Let's Connect. It is Tuesday, the 28th of May 2024, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day so far. I hope that you have been enjoying your day as well, and you're about to have a wonderful time with us right here at 88.5 Soufriere FM, the place to be, the station to be tuned into right now. Welcome to our live chat guests, those of you on Facebook Live, those of you on YouTube Live. We have a lot of people in studio today. You can see we're ready to have a party today. I do hope that everybody is ready to be partying with us as well. I do have a few quick announcements before we start off with the official program, but I do want to shout out all of our guests all throughout Soufriere, those of you listening in Force Jacques, those of you in Zeno, Crestland, New Development, Fort Beignet, good night to everybody. If you are in Sulphur Springs, Margaret Tooth, Fort Beignet, good night to you as well. All those of you at Monlacroix, Fort Jalib, Etangs, good night to Bouton, good night to Diamond, good night to the entire of Soufriere, the entire of St. Lucia, the entire Caribbean, all those of you locked onto our program. We appreciate you, we love you. Welcome to our Let's Connect program tonight. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. Just a couple of quick announcements before we start. I want you guys to remember that the launch of Soufriere Carnival has been moved to tomorrow, Wednesday the 29th. It's going to be at the bus terminal area, the Old Trafford grounds at 6 p.m. Starting at 6 p.m. Wonderful performances, live shows. It's going to be awesome. All the costumes are going to be on display. I am hopeful that we are going to meet our Carnival Queen contestants as well. So please be there or be square. Don't miss it. All right. Also tomorrow we have the youth economy coming in at the Soufriere Primary School also at 6 p.m. They're going to have a discussion. So if you're between the ages of 15 and 45 and you have a business idea that you want to run past the youth economy, see if you can get that $5,000 grant, please show up to the Soufriere Primary School tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And if you can't make it, they're also going to be back in Soufriere June 5th and 6th at the Soufriere bus terminal to sign persons up for the grants. So please, these opportunities, we don't want our youth to miss it. I hope that you all are paying attention. Spread the word to your friends. Let them know that the youth economy is going to be in Soufriere on these dates, tomorrow the 29th, June 5th and June 6th. If you need more information, you can always reach out to us at the Soufriere constituency office or check us out on WhatsApp at 731-3234. Now, I hope you guys are ready to party. I see we have about 17 people on already. That's good. We're getting there. So I want to say hi to you guys. If you're in the chat room, tell us hello. Tell us if you're there so we can give you a special shout out tonight. In studio with me, to my right, the lovely Miss Cecilia. Cecilia, how are you tonight? Say hello to our Let's Connect guests.
Good night, Let's Connect. I am doing well, and it's a pleasure to be in studio with you tonight, Reneata.
Those of you who have been paying attention to our 88.5 programming would have heard Cecilia on with us on a Thursday morning for our Divine Interlude program. So Cecilia is now extending her wonderful talents to us on a Tuesday. We're going to be doing this every last Tuesday of the month. We're going to be having a special guest, and we're going to be featuring amazing persons. So tonight, our amazing person is Mr. Dwayne Joseph. That's the right name?
That is the right name.
All right, so we have Mr. Dwayne Joseph in studio with us, and he is a mixologist by profession, and he is going to be putting on a display for us later on in the program. So if you have not told your friends, tell them now to come on for the display, okay? We don't want you to miss it, but we're going to be talking a little bit about him. We want to let you guys know his amazing story, his amazing background, where he's come from, where he's at now, and we want to inspire you tonight so that you can see for yourself that there is always a way. God always makes a way. There's always a way, and we have proof right here in studio with us tonight so that we can share that with you, and that's what the blessing of tonight's Let's Connect program is going to be all about.
Awesome.
All right.
Amen
so
to that.
Cecilia has been the spearhead of this amazing person feature. So I'm going to let her tell you the story of how she met Mr. Joseph.
Dear Lord. I'm going to make it as quick and short and as sweet as I can. This Dwayne Joseph, many years ago, I moved from the Castries Basin into the Jacmel region. Of course, I was going through a bad marriage. That's okay. I like to tell what's happening when it's happening. And I was in refuge mode, so I wasn't looking to have friends. I was looking to be anybody's company. I just wanted to rest, my boy and I. And then this young man, very little, and apparently everybody thought that he was the worst person around. To me, I mean, I'm thinking, but why is everybody thinking he's a menace? That's what I saw.
Go ahead.
And tell the story. And one day in particular, one particular woman came to my house, and I wasn't in the mood for visitors, Reneata, because like I said, I was in refuge mode. I was in my rest state. And she said to me, I heard you have a son. And this young man left his mother's house, which was next to my house, my grandmother's house. And he came and he sat. I don't know if he ever remembers that, but this is what happened first. That's what brought us into together. And he may not remember if he's knowing it now for the first time. And I don't think I ever told him either. I don't think I ever told him either. And so he sat on the lawn right in front of my house, and Ruth, in the person of a visitor, was there. Mm-hmm. And she said, hey, you have a son. Is that your son? Now, this boy is being a menace in the community to everybody's mind. So in my mind, when Ruth said that, I said, there's no way I can possibly have a child as miserable as that. And immediately, I heard the Holy Spirit said in my heart, yes, he is your son. You are responsible to seeing that he makes it into eternity. How be it so that we're sitting here tonight. Amen. Together.
Nice.
The rest of the journey, we'll take it as we go through.
All right.
This is our introduction.
All right. So, brief background from Mr. Dwayne Joseph. Could you tell us where you started out in life? Talk about your parents, your schooling, your formative years. Tell us a little bit, as much as you feel comfortable in sharing. Tell us how you started out.
No problem. Amazing. Like we say, this is a show called An Amazing Person. And do I feel amazing tonight? Of course I do. Yeah, being in the presence of these two lovely young ladies. Yeah. So the idea here tonight is actually to see if we could reach out to others and make a difference into the life of the youngsters and stuff. And I'm more than excited to share my story, give a little bit about my backgrounds and stuff. And how it all started. Yes, I raised in a single parent home. My mother was an amazing person, but again, raising 4 kids. And like Miss Celia said, being the menace, the first of, I was kind of a bit of a handful, and like every household, we had our disagreements and whatnot, and like things didn't always go right. Like I said, she was an amazing person. She did her best to see that, we were raised in the right way. But as boys, when we reach a certain age, we do take our own path and we make our own decisions. Again, I'm not proud of certain things that happened, but I'm happy this young lady right over here, Miss Celia, as she said, came into the play. At first, I didn't see it for what it was, but I'm very happy that she came into the community and she helped pave a lot of what is happening now. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the transition from what used to be and what it is now. And I'm more than excited to share that with you tonight.
Awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And that transition, you said that Cecilia was the catalyst, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She started it out. So am I to assume that it was a spiritual / religious type of catalyst, or was it just the mothering of the situation?
Now, funny enough, I now could look at it and talk about it, but back before, I wasn't really a church person, and as well, she was a God-fearing person, and she tried to get me into certain things that at first, I was a little bit hesitant, but to be honest, she was always like opening arms, she was always there, and like she said, a lot of persons in the community at that time kind of like didn't want the kids playing with me, because again, I used to give a lot of trouble, I used to be out and bad. My mom, as much as she tried, she didn't have full control, and may God rest her soul. I wish she was still here. She was an amazing woman. But again, she had a lot to do with like what happened. But at first, I didn't really make sense of things. But she kind of paved the way and having me open my mind to see other things. It didn't happen just then. It took like effect like later down in life. But I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
I'd like to jump in right here just to add to the story. I remember, and if I'm saying too much, just put your finger up.
Go ahead. Say as much as you can. Yeah.
I remember, he said that the people in the community didn't want him to play with their kids. And I have a one son, which is my pride and joy. Everybody knows that. And some folk would say to me, why would you let him into your house? Why would you let him? I said, but why not? What's wrong with him? And till this day, these two boys are brothers.
Brothers.
These two boys are sworn brothers. I tell my own birth son, I don't mind you. When I am sick and old and dying, this boy is going to be the one at my bedside to give me a cup of water. I tell my own birth son that all of the time. So that's the kind of transition. I thought it was necessary to be his friend and his mother, not to a friend extent where he can do what he pleases, but to know that there's somebody there. And I remember walking into schools when there was school trouble. His mother would come to my house and said, Cecilia, your son. I said, Renee, what are you talking about? May his soul rest in peace. He said, your son. Tima Maimo Kila. And I took it up like I came out of my womb, and I would see to it, and I walked the streets in the education capacity to see that he at least left in a fifth form and not before time.
So just to add a piece, not to cut you short, I'll be honest, for some reason, like, again, I'm not proud of things I did, but for some reason, I don't know why, like, I wasn't really open to persons. Like, nobody could have come and say, hey, stop that or do that. Like I said, I was just rebellious and stuff. But for some reason, like, I was just always calm when it came to her. I was always open. I was always ready to listen. And like, it was just like, I don't know if it was like fate or something just meant to be. But again, I'm very thankful for her walking into my life. Yeah.
Sometimes it just takes the right person, you know.
There you go. There you go.
You cannot be the one choosing that person.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Because I remember a day she used to like say, let's go to church, and like, church just so I will go to church. Like, you know. and it happened like I used to be at church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those days I enjoyed. Yeah.
It happened to the point where he used to go to church and he would tell my own son, let's go and Charlie say, I'm not going to no church. And he would go to church. You know, I remember a situation where, and he said that he's not proud of a lot of things that he did. I'm not going to spell those things out, but I remember a situation where one time his own relative, I wouldn't even spell out indistinctly who, there was a dispute in his house, in his mother's yard by his relatives, and he got an ice pick stuck in his neck. You remember that time?
Yes.
And he ran to my house. And they were looking for him outside, thinking that they were going to harm him. And the thing is that they dared him to come out from wherever he was hiding because they would finish him. That was the intention. Mind you, I said his relative. And I called the ambulance because that's an injury. And I walked him to the ambulance. The boldness of what I liked that day was that all those guys who were looking for him to injure him for whatever reason just watch him walk right past and get into the ambulance and went to the doctor. That was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even at that, his life was spared because it was just about an inch to his spine.
Correct.
Which could have caused him to be crippled from his neck down. So there's another amazing experience that we've had.
That was definitely something you can, that's what they call a testimony.
That's right.
That's right, because I can't even imagine. I don't even want to try to imagine what that must have been like. But like you said, just to imagine seeing him walking past the same people looking for him and walking straight and going into the safety.
Yes.
Wow, that was having a sight to
Yes.
behold. Just a quick moment for those of you joining us. We have Mr. Dwayne Joseph with us, who is a mixologist, sharing with us his life experience. And Miss Nadia Kazabo, I want to thank you so very much for joining us. And yes, you can stop by for drinks after the show at 9 o'clock.
Big up you, Miss Nadia.
You can come and join us. The message you sent, I want to read it out for you. I just need you to add for me the date so that I can make sure I give the right message. So I'm going to announce it a little later on in the show. Also, I also forgot to mention about the final jazz activity, which is taking place on Friday. So I'll make those two announcements a little later on. So Miss Nadia, please add the date for me so that I can make that announcement for you. And we'll be also announcing about the final jazz event taking place on Friday at the Special Ed school in Soufriere. So I want you all to pay attention to our show. We have so many wonderful things happening today. We have inspiring stories. We have an amazing person feature. We have a mixologist display coming up in a little bit. So I want you guys to stay locked on and make sure you're able to see everything that's taking place. All right. So back to Mr. Dwayne Joseph and his inspiring story. You remind me a little bit of, not that I'm trying to compare anybody,
Go ahead, yeah.
but you remind me a little bit of Donatan's story. I don't know if you know Donatan.
Yes, I do.
All right. So when I was preparing for the feature, I was like, this is the kind of thing I wish I could do all the time. Show our young men, specifically the young men, that there is something different out there for you. I love Donatan's story so much. Always bigging up Donatan. Donatan, you know how much
Big up Donatan. Big up Donatan.
Donatan's story is one of the most inspiring stories ever. And God, I don't want to cry, but I keep every time I think of Donatan, I remember his sister who passed away. So this is so dear to me, and I want the listeners, I want you guys on 88.5 listening on radio, those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, I want y'all to feel how much we want a change for the young men in our society. We want better for you all. We don't want you guys to go astray. We don't want you to die. We don't want to hear of somebody getting shot or somebody getting arrested. That's not the type of stories we want to hear. We want to hear wonderful things like you survived and you made it through and you got to be prime minister and you got to be the boss of major company and you got to lead this and you got to lead that. These are the type of things we want for you, and we want you to want it for yourself.
That's right.
So that's why we want to do these type of shows. So tonight, this is what it's all about. And speaking a little bit of where the young men tend to deviate, Dwayne, where do you think you would have been if that change had not occurred in your life? Speaking honestly, where do you think you would be? What would have been? Would you be alive today? Would you be incarcerated? Would you be where would you be? Tell us where you think you would be if not for that.
No problem.
Change.
So I will not go into details, but I'll be real honest. If these changes didn't be like, I wake up every day just looking at the day, living in the now. Like nothing else mattered. We just went with like whatever came, and like I never saw a future. They never had a future. They never had a path. Nothing, no goals was set, nothing. And to be honest, if this wasn't me now, the product I would have, like, you would have been encountering was not one you'd like want to associate yourself with. And I didn't see nothing good coming out of that. So possibly, maybe dead, maybe in jail, maybe something. I didn't see a future in my past. Yeah.
May I add to that? And I like the way you said that. One of the things the Spirit said to me is that the end product, if the Lord did not intervene, now He said that He didn't see my intervention back then as He saw it later in life, but I've always stayed with Him, whether we speak every day, whether we don't see each other at all, is somebody who's always in my spirit, because that's my son, and occasionally we pop up a call or two. And the thing the Lord said was that, is the jailhouse or the grave? That could only be the end result, because permit me to say that casually, don't underestimate a calm and casual look. If you really want to see a bad man, don't turn Dwayne on his wrong side of life. But that is what God took Dwayne away from. And the gentleman that we have in front of us, he has always been there. He's just been nurtured into becoming alive. He's always been there.
Nice.
He is no new person, not to me. Not to me. I remember an experience, and maybe it's another story coming out for the first time as well. He actually lived at home with us one time. And I looked at him one day and I thought, I'm going to knock this boy out so hard that this boy would not be able to stand it.
I don't know what he was doing.
I can't even recall what he was doing then. But then I rethought the thought, and here's why I rethought the thought. And something happened that I never maybe apologized to or explain why. So he's hearing it now again for the first time. And I said, you're going to have to go to your mother's house. You remember that? You don't remember that.
No.
But I put him out. I sent him back to his mother's house. And I wasn't speaking to him for about a whole week.
Well, I think I remember that.
But Shadrach was the spy. Shadrach would pass and give him stuff behind my back.
I definitely remember that.
Big up Shadrach, big up Shadrach.
My bro for life, yeah.
And the reason why I did that, Dwayne, Rennie, I looked at him and I thought, I can give Shadrach a good punch in his head. He's my child. If he retaliates, I'll break his arm. God forbid. That's not abuse. Sorry, don't report me. But I didn't give birth to this boy as much as I love him. If I give him a punch in his head and he retaliates, I will kill him for his mother. God forbid. So to save me...
Just telling her she's a bad...
And so I said, to avoid me breaking your arms, go home. And we lived next door, so it wasn't far.
You say that like you sent the boy across the island or something.
It wasn't far. I saw him every day. So that was another path and passage of our lives and that was why that happened. But
Amazing.
Shadrach kept, my God, Shadrach is an old spy.
Yeah. But anyways,
Back
big up
to
to you,
you.
Chad. If you listen, bro,
He's there,
brothers
he's
for
there
life.
in
Yeah.
the chat.
Nice.
He's hearing you guys.
Yeah. Now, speaking of big up, I just want to say a little shout out to Annalie. I really appreciate the message just before that show. Yeah, had me smiling big, man.
Okay.
Much love, man, Annalie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your
All
wife,
friends and family, yeah.
your wife will knock you out.
I know, right?
Okay, so is there anything you would change
Yeah.
today that had not happened before? But anything that if you had one wish to change something, is there anything you would change?
Now, funny, maybe a lot of persons might not agree with my answer, but I'll be honest. Circumstances make you who you are. If I had the power to change anything in the past, as sad as it sounds, I would not, because that made me who I am today. And all these mistakes, all these things that happened in the past, is actually lessons I learned from and things I don't want to be or do again. So I wouldn't. As much as I am sorry to those I may be hurt or, I wouldn't change a thing.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, the outcome.
Yeah, because the thing is, I learned to grow, and sometimes, like, in order to move forward, you must let go of certain things, and these are things like that's the past, and it's easy in the past. That's a thing that's gone.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amen.
All right. So currently, what are the goals that you're working towards?
Now, my goals is to be the foundation for my new family. My father was never there for me, and I definitely didn't want to be the father I never had. Kids have a big role to play in the person I am today, and I want to be financially free later in life, start off my own business. I don't want to be working for the rest of my life, turn 50 and have to be waiting on paychecks.
Amen.
So my goal is not just to have the nicest cars or big house or not. I want, like, if today or tomorrow I pass, that the generations after me still have something to live for.
Amen.
Yeah.
Big up you,
Big
man.
up
I like that.
Big up you, big up you.
Generational wealth.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Right.
There you
That's
go.
right.
So I
Right.
think maybe, thanks again, Cecilia, maybe I'm the one to break that generational cycle.
That's
but
right.
I'm well on my way, yeah?
I like that.
I like that. I like that.
I can't remember if it was a TikTok or something on Facebook I saw recently. It's like, I'm not breaking generational curses. I am starting generational cycles.
Excellent.
I love that.
Starting
I love that.
Yes.
That's how we look
Well,
at
you know
it.
what? That's the beginning of the new race. Yeah?
That's right. That's right. That's
I like
right.
that.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
right.
Okay, but big question.
Go
big
ahead.
Question.
Big answer, same speed.
Are you happy?
Funny enough, I'm content, I'm grateful, I'm more than happy. You see, happiness is not just about wealth,
And-
money in the bank, I could go home to, I have two little rascals. Yes, I have a few kids, but I have two little rascals. They're stressful as hell. But the light, the excitement when I get home, to be honest, I will choose that over anything. I have families and friends that love me, somebody I could go and talk to, to be honest, I am more than happy. Yeah, I'm grateful for life, but
Big up you, sister girl at home.
yeah, shout out Marilyn, same speed.
Marilyn.
Alright, so we have almost 40 persons live with us on air now. We have multitudes listening to us on radio here on 88.5 Soufriere FM. We have persons listening throughout the island, from overseas, all over the place.
Nice.
What is that advice that you would give to those coming up behind you? What's that advice, and one piece of advice?
All right, coming from me, the advice I would give to anybody listening to now or anybody who may come across that video later in life, Don't wait for it. Don't wait for life to align. Say, okay, you know what? I'll wait when I have this or when I have that. Go for it now. There's never a right time other than a now to do it. Stop procrastinating. Stop saying I will. You know that Monday rule. Okay, when Monday come, I will. Just go for it now. Take that leap of faith. You see, I remember reading something that said like pain is a process. Well, success is a process, and when we say process, it's like a form, like something a lot of persons don't want to go through. But good things never come easy. So just go for it. Whatever is that dream you always had, that thing you always wanted to do, because a dream is just a dream without goal. Yeah. If you don't have your mindset, if you do not determine, if you're not focused and go into that thing, it will just be a dream that may never leave the front porch. You wake up in the morning, hey, you know what? I want to be this, and then you go on a block and sit. That will lead you nowhere. Go for it.
Wow.
Live the now, yeah?
So there you have it, folks. Inspiration, motivation, follow through, get your goals in gear. All right? That's the time to do it. Now is the time. Don't wait for tomorrow. I love that. Please don't wait for tomorrow. So all those of you listening who think that you cannot do it, we have proof, and we're going to make it our determined business to make sure you are seeing this proof. Every last Tuesday on this program, we're going to be proving it to you that there is a way out and there is a way forward. Yes. So we're going to give our guest, Dwayne Joseph, a few minutes because he has to go and get the rest of the ingredients so that
best part of the show, yeah.
the display he's going to put on for us. So while he does that, like I said, I did promise I have two more announcements to make. So first off, we want to remind persons that the special ed school, they present Jazz on the Ground, which is taking place on May 31st. That's this week, Friday, starting at 10:30 a.m. And tickets cost $10 for adults, children $5. We're going to have presentations by MTX Band, that's Music to the Extreme Band. And we also have performances from J-Buds, from Sika, from Maria Charles. You know I'm looking forward to Maria Charles's performance. We also have our boy Donatan performing, the Police Band, and so much more happening. All at the Soufriere Special Ed grounds. Eats and drinks will be on sale. We have barbecue meals, pork and chicken at $20. And also, I will be there doing face painting for only $5 per child. So do not miss it. There's something for everybody. Jazz on the Ground at the Soufriere Special Ed, May 31st. That's this week, Friday, starting at 10:30 a.m. Okay. All right. So we just want to make sure that you all are aware that this is coming. So we don't want you to miss it. So after the holiday on Thursday, there is still an activity on Friday. This is going to be the final jazz event of the year. We're going into Carnival. We're officially launching Carnival tomorrow. So don't miss out on the final jazz event of the year. And for those of you who do not know, the Soufriere Calypso tent has officially launched as well. So Soufriere Calypso tent launched on Sunday at 4 p.m. at Whispers Club, and we do wish them all the very best in the upcoming Calypso season. We're rooting for our Soufriere Calypsonians. When I get a full roster of all our Calypsonians for the year, I'll be presenting it to you. Hopefully we'll have some of them here on the program as well in the upcoming Tuesdays. All right. So we also want to inform you that the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School PTA, they have a parents' social, which will also feature a presentation on digital literacy for parents. That is at 5 p.m. at the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School. Now, I was hoping that I could have gotten the date. I did ask Miss Nadia. I guess she must have stepped out. But if anybody knows if this is happening tomorrow or on Thursday, I'm not too sure on which date it is. But the SCSS PTA, Parent Social. Now, the digital literacy for parents. This is very important. We live in a digital age, and we want our parents to be able to keep up and assist their children. The interaction with your child now is part of the groundwork for their future. So if you are able to meet them where they are, that is all the better for them and their performance later on. So parents, these are the type of activities you want to pay attention to. Digital literacy for parents, 5 p.m. at the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School. You can get in touch with the principal, Miss Combi, or any of the teachers or any of the members of the PTA to get to know, because I don't have the dates. I'm not seeing anybody posting the date in our chat. So I'm not too sure if it's happening tomorrow or on Thursday. I wish I knew that so I could share it with you, but if I can get that information, I will. Food and drinks will be on sale as well. And let me tell you, if I was a parent, these are the type of things I would be on as well, okay? All right, let me just check our chat for any further announcements. We have some persons. I'm seeing the name James Small for the first time. So James said he's proud of you. So I guess that's a friend of Dwayne's right now there. So great, Dwayne. James Small saying good night to you, saying he's proud of you. Big up to Shadrach. Shadrach is very live in our chat tonight. So big up Shadrach. All right, we want to say good night to Wilma Andrew. She said,
amazing,
good vibes,
nice.
Keep soaring. Miss Fancy, all the way in St. Vincent. Thank you so very much, Fancy. You always tuned into us, Miss Adelta Bowens, all the way in St. Vincent. She's always here with us. So very much. I love you, Miss Bowens. Good night to you, Dana Prevo. Oh, she said it's tomorrow. Okay, so the parents' social is tomorrow from 5 p.m. So tomorrow is a packed day. So you can go to the parents' social. Then you're going to head over to the youth economy presentation at the Soufriere Primary School. And then you're going to head over to the bus terminal so you can enjoy some soca and lunch carnival with us right here in Soufriere.
Wow.
It's going to be a wonderful Wednesday. And the best thing about it is we don't have to go to work on Thursday.
Well, I do.
All right. Well, I don't have to go to work on Thursday. So you'll hear me singing tomorrow today when I clock out. That's the song of the century for me right now. All right, Deborah Joseph, good night to you as well. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Good night to you, Annie. Miss Annie said good night. All right, Andy Julian, she said that's your neighbor. Andy Justin?
Yes.
Big up to Andy, big up. All right.
Big up Andy.
All right, so now we're going to head back over to Mr. Dwayne Joseph, who's going to be putting on a display for us. I'm just going to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I hope that you are enjoying as well. So handing over to you. You want to say something?
But just before we get a little jiggy, just tell us what brought you to that stage. Where did you come to that turning point in becoming a mixologist and doing what you're doing? And you Sugar Beach, right?
Yes,
and we must talk about Sugar Beach. Big up to Sugar Beach.
Yes, shout out
Sugar Beach.
Yes.
Shout out your. That's right. So, what? I know you've shifted from many resorts and you've done this for some time, but then of later years you became a specialist.
There you go.
And so what brought it from entering in it and bringing it to you being now the factor in demand?
Amazing. So where should I start? Now that story is actually an amazing story. A funny thing is, I never wanted to work for nobody or become a bartender, but I had a certain circumstance that caused me to go into the learning industry of becoming a bartender. So actually a judge seen me for schooling practice. Again, they called me a delinquent juvenile and they needed me to be active. So I got the opportunity to go to a specific schooling where I started that. And in truth, I was the only one who complete, but I was the only one who was not paying attention. You know, girls, whatever. Vibe,
girls, all right, yes.
All of them know the real story, but But for some reason, again, I never saw myself becoming a bartender. I never had the intention of becoming a bartender. But for some reason, somewhere along that line, something actually got my attention. So after that, completing that specific course, I'm somebody, in spite of all my trouble, I always like finishing a job. So I did not graduate from that specific but they did send me to a resort, Coco Palm, and big up Coco Palm.
That's where it all started.
Again, now I'm actually recognized as one of the best bartenders on island. I'm actually a mixologist, certified mixologist.
That's right.
But here's the thing. I was the shittiest bartender when I started, I remember watching people taste my drink and just shift it aside and say I good. And I'll be honest. But again, moving forward into motivating persons into being better, these things are allowed. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall. And I remember reading something that said, if you ever fall, try falling in the back, because if you could look up, you could get up.
That's right.
I remember telling myself, happen, in spite of everything that was happening, I slowly was moving away from the street, and that was giving me a purpose. That was giving me a reason to, I used to have a joy going. Again, I wasn't really mixing drink. I was actually just watching glasses and maybe giving the people talk and try to chat with guests and whatnot. But something about my vibe, my energy, in spite of me not being able to make drinks, for some reason, guests still came to me. Even
Yes.
if they drink stayed on the bar,
Yeah.
they tip me.
Yeah.
So that like kind of gave me a vibe, like a feel.
Yes.
Now, the funny thing is I said that I remember that specific manager. And
Yes.
that's where I really want to, you know what, I should mention the name. Big up Usana.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
had this specific manager, like every
Yeah.
time we had that buffet,
Yeah.
she used to always come and, chill and sit. But first thing she'd ask, so we made local juice on a daily basis.
Yeah.
First thing she'd ask when going for juice, who made that juice?
Yeah.
And if they say Dwayne make that juice, that's definitely a juice she would not touch. Yeah, I could remember that. And these things used to make me
Interesting.
like, instead of like making me feel bad, like,
Yeah.
like I should just laugh about it, and like I just knew I wanted to be better. Like I
Yes.
saw more in that than, so it later down the line, like, gradually things
Yes.
started happening
Yeah.
until I started representing the island in cocktail competitions, like, taking part in different
Yes.
adventures, and
Yes.
here I am
Here you
today.
are today.
There are cocktail
Yeah.
competition.
Yes.
There is big ones, that is, yeah.
Do they need people to taste the cocktail? I want to be a judge. Like, I just want to judge. Okay, now before
Yes,
we start,
yes.
I forgot that I wanted to do this because I learned something new today,
Go
and
ahead.
I want you all to learn something new too.
Yes.
So apparently the glass have a name. I did not know
Yes.
the glasses have names. I
Yes.
thought all glass was glass, or at least you tell me you have a water glass
Or wine glass.
Yeah,
a wine
yeah,
glass.
yeah.
Apparently, the glasses they put in the shots in, it's called a rock glass. I did not know this, people. I learned something new today.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're learning new things today on this
Yeah.
program.
Now,
Okay.
now speaking of learning, not to cut you short, I'm actually the founder of Let's Drink and Bond, which is a non-profitable social media platform where
Hold on.
Let's drink and
and
bond.
and bond.
Bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the name, the logo has everything with bringing persons together, excitement, fun, the endeavor. So the idea behind that is to share my years of experience in the industry, in the art and craft of cocktail making. With that said, like over the years, lots of persons always come, hey, I have this, what could I do with that? Or, so the idea came like, I love bartending. I love bringing people together, and being a bartender is a lot. Like, you get to meet different diverse cultures and all these kind of things. You get to interact with different persons and stuff, and like just knowing like you just had a customer that came kind of down, and that person just left with like, hey, you know what? See you tomorrow, and like all lively.
Yeah.
That makes you feel like, yeah,
Yes.
I did something good
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
So, anyways, with that said, I started that like where I get the opportunity to teach persons, like So you could check it out if you have any questions. Feel free to ask.
Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, so it's both on
Facebook?
Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
Let's drink
drink
and
Let's
bond.
drink and bond.
On Let's Connect.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So with that, the moment I've been waiting for, or you all have been waiting for,
Is
so,
now. Yes.
So the lovely ladies here asked me, hey, make
Let's
us
do a display.
I'm going to be looking like I turned away from the screen, but that's because I want to pay attention.
Yes.
So he's over there. So it might look like I'm not looking at you guys. So just bear patience with me. I'm looking at the display.
Yes.
So the idea here was to do little flares, make it interacting, but the space is a little bit small, so we're not going to have that. So we're going to just jump into the cocktail. Now, with that said, I selected specific cocktail. So the cocktail we're going to be an aviation of what we all know as a classic old-fashioned. Now, old-fashioned is basically a cocktail from the early 1800s. A matter of fact, it's one of the first cocktails ever, yeah? But the old-fashioned actually calls for whiskey, bitters, and sugar syrup with splash of soda water. But we're going to change that because, as we know, a lot of these classic cocktails actually is the base of traditional cocktails coming into play now. So a lot of these cocktails we know today actually derive from the original classics. So today I'm going to make you a rum old-fashioned with one of our own, the St. Lucian Reserve Forgotten Cask. This is an amazing 9-year-old rum, great sipping rum, best rum to make any cocktail you feel like, especially for the cocktail I'm about to make. So I'm going to give you a little run through. Now, with that said, on my social media platform, I also explain like the origins of cocktails, the history behind cocktails, a matter of fact, anything dealing with bartending or a rum that you could get it on that page. So again, any questions, feel free to ask. Yes. So we're going to start off by using our mixing glass. I have here a local brown sugar syrup. So that's going to help bring out the body, nice aromas, the sultanous fruits in that specific rum. So that specific type of sugar syrup going to be well. Now with that, I'm not even going to use a jigger. Again, you just get to learn something. So this is a bar spoon. All bar spoons have a measurement of 5 mils. Old-fashioned is a spirit-based cocktail, like spirit forward. So you don't want that cocktail to be overly sweet. So you're not going to get that like sugary, but you're going to get that nice, So 5 mils of the sugar syrup.
You just want to taste it.
Yeah, we have a whole class going on in there.
No, I'm excited to learn so much. Like the fact that you said that the Chairman's Reserve is a sultana base. I never.
Oh no, sorry, not the sultana base, but you do get those sultanas fruit like dry raisins, like tropical
Right.
fruits in there, like, you know.
So it's like
Yes.
a liquid form of a rum cake.
So these flavors will actually be like hidden flavors. So again, that's a funny thing she asked that. If you're not really into like tasting rums, these I'm speaking from about 10 years experience. If you now have to take that rum, you ladies, you'll just take that nice sharp agricole, guayacol kind of flavor, that sharp ethanol taste. But when you really go into the tasting rums have like nice characteristics, nice flavor profiles. So these are the little things, hidden flavors you tend to get behind those. You understand? Yeah.
Make us.
There you go. So what I put in here is not our ordinary bitters for an old fashioned, but a chocolate and cocoa old fashioned. So that again going to help enhance the flavors of that specific rum. Yes.
Wow.
Listen, the aromas, the flavors, the smell from that just off the hook, man. Yeah. And then now, not to get our ladies drunk, so we're going to just put like a 60 mils. 60 mils of our nice Chairman's Reserve.
Yes.
Add ice. So if you notice, I did not come with a blender. I have shakers and I did not use a shaker. So there's different techniques and methods of making cocktails. You have stirred cocktails, shaken cocktail, blended cocktails, whatnot. And there's
Like
new.
when James Bond says shaken but not stirred.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So, but basically all of them still serve the same purpose: chill and dilute. Just that everyone do it at a different pace with different percentage of dilution. Yeah. So what I'm going to do there, chill that, incorporate all those flavors together, make everything come together. So nothing overpowers nothing, everything just perfectly balanced and sip. That's the art of making cocktails. Knowing the flavor profiles and how to balance your flavors together so that when you sip on a cocktail, these don't stand out, that don't stand out, like every flavor just kind of comes
Marries
together.
into your
There
mouth.
you go. There you go. Now, I know you must be loving your job because tonight you get to drink at home, yeah?
Hey.
Oh, phew.
Are we ready?
I'm telling you, man, yeah? So, to everyone watching now, this is our amazing rum old fashioned. Nice, crispy, light. Hold on. Yeah. And moving to the garnish part. This is another nice dish I recently just created. It's called skeletal leaves. Actually, it's a nice little process. When it comes to garnish actually serves a purpose in a cocktail. Garnish helps not just beautify, but it helps complement that cocktail. So anytime you guys feel like playing around with your garnish and you know, making a cocktail look all beautiful and stuff, always remember, let that garnish serve a cocktail. Because sometimes the simplest thing makes it even more beautiful. Cheers.
There you go, Cecilia.
Enjoy.
I'm going to wait for Reneata's own. Definitely.
Go ahead.
no.
I want everybody to see your expression when you taste it. Come on.
So I actually brought straws, but you know what?
What
I
leafy
can
this
go
shade
without
was
straw.
again?
So it's Zambia.
Zambia.
So it's Zambia leaf. A lot of us may be familiar with those leaves, just don't know it's the English name.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It looks so delicate.
There you go. It's a work of art, I'll be honest with you. There you go.
Thank you.
So anytime you have passion for something, nothing else
It
matters.
shows.
So
it shows. I can tell you
that
have
actually
passion
takes
for what you're
24
doing.
days to, that leaf actually takes 24 days to get it to the stage it is at now.
Wow.
24 days. And that's patience. You have to be delicate with moving all those outer skeletons in there. I'm telling you.
We got on.
Are you drunk?
No, I would.
After one sip, for those of you joining us very late, we have
Yes,
with us
yes.
in studio Dwayne Joseph, who is a mixologist currently at Sugar Beach, a Viceroy's Resort. But
Shout
he's
out
here with
Sugar
us
Beach.
at 88.5 Soufriere FM, getting us
A little chappy.
He's getting us tipsy tonight. Okay, that's the
And
goal.
the flavor. Now I am not a person of alcohol. Anybody who knows me, I'm not that. I don't like it. Period. But I thought tonight would have been necessary to promote your skill and your art. And Reneata likes alcohol. I'm sure she does. She likes a cocktail. She likes a cocktail. And but I do not know. I I cannot even tell that there are different flavors all coming up in one. That it settles in so nicely that it just gives you this nice, calm, mellow feeling.
This is definitely not like anything I've tasted.
Never. This is unique.
I brought something different to the
That's like
table.
a
Yes.
whole. That's like a
Yes.
whole story in a glass.
Yes, this is different.
Now,
Wow.
speaking on story in a glass, not to cut you short, I actually have something here called Classic in a Glass. It's actually a new product I have coming out soon. But again, come on the page and find out some more about it. So, it's classics. Yeah, classic. It's called Classic in a Bottle, but in a carbonated form. Yes?
We gotta look at this. We
Yeah.
gotta take a look at that.
Classic in a
Classic in a bottle. So, it's classic, to
Classic
bottles.
to bottle. Look at that, folks. You see what happens when you stick out and you're determined to make a difference for yourself?
Wow.
We have a product coming out.
Wow.
So, check out the page, like, share, follow, and look out for new updates.
And
Yeah?
there's the logo, Let's Drink and
And
Bond.
bond.
There you go. Okay. I love this.
This is
All
beautiful.
I honestly thought that was a shandy when I saw it.
Nah, this one with you definitely has a kick more than a shandy. Yes.
So, where's Reneata's glass? Make another one.
Don't worry about me.
Look at you now.
Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm good over here. I don't know why Cecilia thinks I'm into alcohol that much. That's not true. All right, so Ms. Jabati, the name of the page is Let's Drink and Bond, the BOND.
That
So
is
he
correct.
is on Facebook and Instagram, and if you cannot find it, let me know. I'll get it for you. Okay, Let's Drink and Bond on Let's Connect. All right. Are we gonna have any other mixes, or can we at least see the display? I know you said there's not enough space, but
Okay.
at the risk of maybe breaking something, let's
What
do
about
a
this-
little bit, just a little.
this thing you
a
do
little
with your-
something,
with
a
your
little- I
glass?
saw you
No problem,
tossing.
no problem,
When he
no
was
problem, no
practicing
problem.
earlier, y'all
So-
missed it because we were not live yet.
Yeah.
But he was practicing earlier and he was tossing things
Sending
behind
things
his
behind his
back.
back.
So,
you know?
I want y'all to see that.
Yeah, with that said, there's something called flare bartending. So there's different styles of flair. You have exhibition flair, behind the work flair. So all these types of flair is just things to
Drink a glass of rum.
keep guests entertained.
Yes.
So a bartender is not just someone who comes and makes drinks.
That's right.
Yeah, we are shoulder to lean on. We just entertain on all. So in my own words, I would say a bartender is an artist that delivers his art in a liquid form. Yeah. So with that said, what can I do here? So okay, so we're going to do some small basic little tools, just some little things, just to like ready to stir. So we have our bar spoon, our shaker, small little stuff. So behind the back catch, just little stuff like arm rolls. So basically, again, you will get more of those happening on the page. Nothing much to do anything here, like little arm stools and yeah. I guess that's all I could show. Yeah. Oh, since we have our nice little pop-up opener,
Yes.
the ladies get to try this.
Definitely.
Now, let me just let you know.
I'm going for it.
It's different, it's carbonated, it has a nice little kick to it, and again, it's not sweet. So it's not an overly sweet cocktail, it's something that is really mild. So this one is actually a test, it's the dry.
Okay.
Go ahead. No. You try this one.
Okay.
Okay,
First one at the rock back.
So this one is actually from our local grapes. So I do infusions, I do bitters, I do shrubs, all these kind of things. Again, you can find all those happening on the page.
We have to get this boy making
Okay,
some money.
I love this.
Yes.
First of all, the first thing is the smell. Before you even taste it,
Funny, yeah.
Cecilia, smell that.
Oh, wow.
Before you
Can
even
I?
That's a
taste
refreshing
it,
scent.
wow.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Oh wow. Okay, I love this. I'm.
And this actually took me 5 days.
To make one bottle.
Well, not the one bottle.
Well,
but
Yeah, to make the batch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Excellent.
Because every
It's
single
worth the 5
ingredient,
days.
Yes.
every single ingredient on its own
Yes.
is for a process.
Okay, excellent.
this, y'all.
Excellent. Excellent.
What's the name again?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I did this justice. Classic to
To
bottle.
bottle.
The
That is
classic
correct.
old fashioned from Let's Drink and Bond. Y'all.
Yeah.
And this is just one of many. So
One
you have
of many. Different flavors
styles,
coming
and
up,
yeah,
yes.
It's going to be big.
Excellent.
Yeah. Cheers.
Well, we're glad. We're very glad to have.
It's reminiscent of a dry rosé, I want to say, maybe.
You could say that too, because it has a great base.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I love this. This is good. I feel like it's gonna creep up on me though.
Let's not go there.
It's gonna creep up on me.
I am looking at this glass, it's almost empty, and I'm saying I just said on air that I don't like alcohol.
Look at
So everything in this glass.
Speaking of it, funny again, that's actually not just a cocktail you drink off the bottle. If you want to, you buy your product, you drink it how you want.
Yeah.
But with that, the label going to give you directions as to
How to mix it, how to,
so
yes.
different styles of cocktail going to become different ways.
Different cocktails
There'll be
become-
little- and again, there'll be small little promotions after, but again, just
Excellent.
check out the page and you'll get some more.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. We
So
need-
that's a 750 ml bottle. It's a 2 serving. Well, again, in the rock glass.
Yes,
or the ice cube.
yes, yes. So we need to stay connected to you. We will be watching you. Yes,
definitely.
yes.
I'm definitely
Let's
going
connect.
to-
Yes.
Let me go find you on Instagram.
Yes.
Because I need some of this. This right here.
This right
This
here.
right here. This is it. This right here. Right. Yes.
Well, we are sure having an amazing time, and an
I'm
amazing.
having fun. I don't know about the rest of it. I'm having fun.
Just a sip of cocktail and you're giggling. You're better
Come
not let your.
Come and have some. That's our in-house DJ checking in. You can see he wants to make sure we leave some. Alright. So
Excellent.
those of you who joined us late or who are watching this after the fact, I want you guys to know that this has been an incredible night so far with Mr. Dwayne Joseph, and I think that his story, truly awesome story. And we wish him all the best in his endeavors, and we definitely are gonna like and follow and share his pages
Yes.
on Facebook and Instagram. That's
Yes.
Let's Drink and Bond. And please check out his drinks, check out his videos. He's told us that he has shown us some flair videos. He has some history videos, and I'm very interested in the history because I did not know that there was so much history behind
Cocktails.
even our local alcohol, much
Yes.
less for alcohol
Yes.
in general.
Yes.
So definitely, if you're a history buff like me, you're interested in that. If you're just interested in the alcohol, you can still
That's
check
okay
it out.
too, yes.
So it has something for everybody.
Yes.
We want to once again thank everybody who showed us all the love they showed on our Facebook live chat. We appreciate you. Those of you who locked on, those of you who shared, those of you who are just listening and enjoying the vibe tonight on 88.5 Soufriere FM. You're listening to Let's Connect. And so okay, Smith said he's going to be Let's Dance. Okay, all right, we're gonna be dancing just now. Don't worry about that. All right. Big up to Shadrach. Big up to I think you have some siblings on the show.
Shout out.
Let's see. We have I saw somebody saying something about brother earlier on. So many.
Aaron Joseph.
Jesse Carter.
Yeah.
That's your
Mad
brother.
love, mad love. That's
All
my
right.
sis. Mad love,
Okay,
sis.
Jesse Carter. We want to say good night to Marcus Alfred.
Shout out, yeah.
Chrissy Ati. All right. Catherine Simon. She said big up to Miss Cecilia.
Nice.
All right.
know who that is.
She said you have a voice like Tina Turner.
Oh, dear heaven.
Great blessings.
Shout out, yeah.
Great blessings to you, Mr. Dwight. All right,
Yes,
there
yes.
you go. All right, we're gonna have some wonderful drinks for the rest of the program, and I do wish you all were here to try it. I really do, but unfortunately there's only 4 of us in studio enjoying the drinks.
Yes.
So until next week Tuesday, where we're going to be bringing you back another wonderful program, and then the last Tuesday we're going to have another feature of an amazing person. So until that time, I want to thank everybody so very much for joining us. Mr. Dwayne, do you have any more shout outs you'd like to give? We have a few more minutes. You can shout out whoever you'd like.
Yeah, to be honest, all the names to Miriam mentioned, I just want to
Mike.
say shout out to everyone listening in the community of Soufriere, outside of Soufriere, abroad. Just shout out to everyone, and I hope this message actually made a difference. Even if we're not able to maybe change a whole or whatever, but making a change in at least one person,
Yes.
that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody listening. Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
yes,
So
yes,
once
yes.
again, thank you so very much for joining us.
And final shout out, I want to shout out the Jackmel community.
Boom! How
Boom,
could I
boom, boom,
forget
boom,
that?
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Big up Jack now. Same speed. Yeah.
Right. Okay, good night everybody, and thank you so very much for joining us. Until next week Tuesday at 8 p.m. Stay
All right.
locked.
Amazing.